Good afternoon, everybody. Today's journey, we start out up here at Fort Clark. We're going to head down the highway, and then we're going to turn and start following the backcountry discovery route through the Coeur d'Alene forest. And we come clear down here, and we're heading to Wallace at this point. We get down, we got confused, somebody messed with the highway sign, so we got lost in the backcountry, of course. And we came out somewhere over here by Auburn or something. And then we took the freeway to Wallace. Well, on the way to Wallace, I stopped in at I believe a Subway sandwich, and I was talking to one of the girls behind the counter. And she said that Pierce, which was going to be the next destination, which came all the way down here. There were 7 fires going at this time, and there were fires up here, which I'd managed to miss because I got lost, which worked out really to my advantage. So anyway, hearing that there were 7 fires in the backcountry around Pierce, and not knowing if I could get in, and it was, I believe, 120 some odd miles. I didn't think that I could take the chance of getting in and then running into a fire and then having to turn and run back out, whether or not I'd have enough gas or what, and not knowing where any of the other fires were. It could have been really, really dangerous. And most Idaho at that point, it seemed like, was on fire everywhere. I mean, smoke. Even after I left Fort Clark, I encountered quite a bit of smoke, which you'll see limiting the view. So at this point, I decided that the safest thing for me to do was get out of Idaho, because there were so many lightning fires. It was just a disaster. So I turned and headed towards Coeur d'Alene, and then took this back road. Hang on, let me get situated here a little bit better. Took this road off I-90 and cut across here. The first night I found a little roadside park, which really wasn't a campground, but I went ahead and set up tent there along this river. I guess actually it was upper part of Coeur d'Alene Lake. So I stayed there the night and then came on down St. Mary's, and I was heading towards Joseph, Oregon. I just decided that I was going to head into Oregon, try and get west of all the smoke, because the smoke was heading east from all the fires. So I came down along here. Actually, I didn't go this way. I came on down, and this was this Highway 6. Followed 6 to 3 through Kendrick, and then came on into Lewistown. Well, Lewistown, I just decided to get a hotel for the night, and was informed of Hell's Canyon. So I decided actually that there was supposed to be some back roads. You could come down here along Hell's Canyon and then turn and go up, and then you could go up to Joseph this way. So anyway, after staying the night in Lewistown at a motel, I headed on down Hell's Canyon, which the Snake River ran through. Came along, went I don't know, quite a long ways, it seemed like. Well, actually, I guess I came clear down to here, and I started up this way, and I wasn't sure if I was even on the right road, and the road kept getting narrower and narrower, and I actually got into part of the road where it was ripe black raspberries on both sides of the road, and I was warned about bear in the area, and the road was so narrow. Once again, I thought it prudent just to turn around, because if I ran into a bear, there was no way to turn around fast enough had they decided to charge me. So I came back along the river, back up this way, and stayed in Lewistown once again. And then the next day I went through Asotin and came out this way following the highway, which was 120, on into Oregon, and then I guess it was 3 also, into Oregon across, came into Enterprise and Joseph. Got into Joseph in the evening, and it was such a stunning town with the mountains behind it, the Wallowa Mountains, I believe. And so I drove off, and I ended up in a little place called Hurricane Creek. And I was driving through the campgrounds looking for a campground. That was nothing there. And one of the guys said, "Hey, if you need a place to stay, you're welcome to stay in my campground." You know, and I was just going, "Oh, cool." So I stayed there that night, went into Joseph the next day, kind of wandered around a little bit, then drove. So good morning, everybody. We're heading out this morning. We're here in Clarkfork, Idaho, and we stayed last night at this little place called Clarkfork Lodge, right at the edge of town on the south side. And we're going to be crossing the river in town and then heading south, paralleling Highway 200, and then we're going to turn off on a Forest Service Road 203. So we're going to be heading into some wilderness today, or anyway, we're going into the Coeur d'Alene National Forest and heading south. So we're going up into the mountains, and it should be pretty interesting. Hopefully we won't get lost, because apparently there's going to be a lot of roads up there, and if they're not marked, well, we just hope that we do the best. Anyway, let's head out and see where we go. Check out that car. Is that a beauty or what? 203 road, farm road to Forest Road 203.
I think so. Where are you headed to?
I don't really know.
Well, I know this country pretty good.
Okay. See, I'm trying to get, it says 203, and there was a sign way back that said 203 was this direction, but there's this road and there's one back there. Neither one's marked 203.
Are you headed down the 1533? Yeah. Yep, that's the one you want then.
This is it?
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. When you get up here about 6 miles, you hit a four-way fork.
Yeah.
Just go straight.
Okay, that's the kind of stuff I need to know. Because I get back there and I'm looking at all this and I'm just going, fuck. And I've gotten lost a few times. But that makes it an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks. Okay, we're at Crossroads once again. Okay, that gentleman just gave us a hand, reminded us this is 1533 and then we're going to 3099. So we're going to keep to the left and we'll end up somewhere down somewhere in a valley of some sort. And I'll let you guys ride with me a little bit. So we're not totally lost yet. So far so good. We're right at where we want to be. Want to turn you guys back on. We're into some moose country, so maybe we'll get lucky. Anyway, it's real pretty in here. Stream down below us. And right. How cool is this place? Nice campground there. And the river goes on now. $265, okay. All right, well, let's move on. All right, we're once again at a fork in the road. Clarkfork is 20 miles back that way. Bunko Road parking. Where the hell is Bunko Road? 33 miles. We're going to move along here. And once again, we managed to get ourselves in the middle of nowhere. Although I just passed a truck. I guess he was going to Clarkfork. So we're not totally isolated. So let's move along and see where we go. Go back and check out our sign, make sure we didn't. Nope, nothing in our book for 412. Well, there's a nice view. Too bad it's so smoky you can't see much. But I guess that's the way it goes. Anyway, we're moving along. There's our road. So anyway, we're going to turn you guys off. Well, if this camera lasts long enough to take this, I wanted to show you guys the this marsh and stuff we're coming up to. It's quite beautiful. And I can't really get you back behind me, but anyway, let's just see how long this lasts. So I would figure we'd see some moose in here, but apparently not. So we'll just coast on down the hill. I wanted to let the engine cool a little bit since it's been running pretty hard and it is pretty warm. Okay, we're on our second camera now and we are pretty much in a dilemma. I don't know which way this road goes. And it looks, it says I-90 that way. I don't know whether we take, the signage is not computing. We're going to go down this way just a little ways. Get the down.
and the ranger station,
Yeah.
and then you can hit the saddle, and that saddle take you all the way dirt all the way back
To Wallace.
Yeah, it'll take you down to Bumblebee and stuff, and you can cut back down. And
I spend a lot of time lost out here because they don't mark their trails very well.
Well, you get people that shoot them, and then you get people that don't want people to know exactly,
Right.
like people that hunt up here and stuff, and they don't want people looking at the map, and they want people lost.
Well, they did a good job. I've been lost quite a few times on this trip. All right, well, thank you very much.
Good luck.
It adds to the confusion, which adds to the adventure.
Yeah, sometimes.
So,
Yeah. That's cool.
all right, you take care. Okay, let's the lane. All right, everybody, we are on 265. We're back on track. So, how the hell somebody just shows up on the road, like 100 yards past the road, and tells me that he goes in his GPS and says, "Oh, you just passed it. It's right about 100 yards down the road." I'm going, is that even possible? I mean, is this my dream? I mean, or am I really real? Do I exist? You know, how does something like this happen? But once again, the universe has proved that there's somebody there when you need him. Because I could have ridden around and lost for quite some time. So, let's get moving. That's interesting, these two white things here. A warming hut up there. Oh, this is the airport. That's what they were talking about. Okay. All right, well, let's get going. So, everybody, we're back on track. All right. Take a little break here. I want to get some water. I wanted to stop and show you guys this. Look at how bad the smoke is from all the fires. It's, I don't know if you can see the silhouette of the mountains or the ridges. It kind of looks like a Japanese painting in a way, but and I can feel some heat, so I don't know if there's a fire in the area. But I'm hoping not, because this is the direction I'm heading. It looks like right into it. So anyway. We're on a paved road now. So let me check out and see where we're going. Okay, we just hit pavement, and my guess is we've got 50 miles of pavement to do. We're off on the wrong road, and after traveling 110 miles in the backcountry, I finally arrived back into somewhat civilization near I-90, just west of Osborne. I managed to get lost because in one of the junctions I was supposed to make my turn, somebody messed with all the signage, so I couldn't even figure out which one I went. So I just had to take a guess and head out. And so it ended up putting me about 20 miles west of Wallace. So I came out. I was completely lost when I got to the first road. I actually came upon a road that was closed with the firefighters blocking the road. So I was able to get information to where I was and how to get over to I-90 into Wallace. So reaching I-90, I had about 20 miles to go to Wallace, and that's when I found out that there were way too many fires south of me heading towards Pierce, and I think Pierce was about 129 more miles. So at that point, that's when I decided that it was better to just bypass all this and head towards Joseph, Oregon. So the picture you see right now is where I camped. It was a little roadside park and trailhead where people would come and wander along this river, which I think was part of the Coeur d'Alene, Lake Coeur d'Alene, I believe. Anyway, I stayed there for the night because I couldn't find any other places to camp. And then the next morning got up and headed on down to Lewiston. So that's where we're at right now. And in Lewiston, just before Lewiston, we reached part of the Snake River, I think. And just outside of Lewiston is this next picture you're about to see. Good morning, everybody. Today's journey is going to take us along the Snake River into what's known as the Hell's Canyon. I think that's right, Hell's Canyon. Anyway, and then eventually we'll end up in Joseph. I don't think the camera will last that long, but I'm going to take some video and try and keep it so that I'll cut it in ride so that we can kind of get it. But we're out of town now, so you can get a better view of where we're at. And this is the Snake River right here. So we're on the Washington side, and we're going to head to Joseph, which is in Oregon. So Oregon's on this side of the river too. So anyway, let's get going and see where this takes us. this was supposed to be a historical site, but I don't know what history it is. Maybe Lewis and Clark. Anyway, we got fire up on the mountain there that burned fairly recent, so I'll bring you back later. You can see how the fire burned here. It's all on, I think it's on just this side of the river. Maybe not down there, I'm not sure, but we'll see. So the river's flowing north to Coeur d'Alene, or towards Lewistown, and it meets with Clearwater River combined, and then I believe it heads for the Columbia River. Anyway, that's my belief. I don't know it for fact. We can fact check it later, but oh, the fire must have been coming up this way, being driven by wind, because you see these sides of the mountains aren't burned. Well, we're at a place called Heller's Bar. I guess it's a launch ramp for a lot of the rafting operations. There's a ton of cars up here with trailers and stuff. And anyway, I just wanted to see where we're headed. This is the direction we're going, I believe. And then this is the direction we came from. And the fire across the river, it looks like it must have been wind driven, and this was just the end of it. They managed to get it put out right, looks like at that mountain there. So, or maybe it's burned further, but doesn't look like it's done as much damage. So yeah, that would be a tough fire to deal with. we're going to finish our drive up to the end of this canyon. It's only a couple miles or so, he said. Maybe it's a half mile or a couple miles, something like that. But let's check it out. Okay, we are at this trailhead, and we're going to go off down that trail. He said about a half a mile, and we will hit let's see, what are we going to hit? We're going to hit the waterfall. Anyway, so I'm going to take you guys with me. All right, so we're heading up this trail right there, and here's the grand parking lot. Look back down the mountain. It's very pretty up here. So let's see where this goes. Let's see, I got my keys, yeah. So Hurricane Creek Trail 1807. Echo Lake 8 miles, Lakes Basin 12. Well, it doesn't say anything about the little waterfall, but let's go look. Okay, Falls Creek. I don't know if this was where he met, as he said to the left. But well, we don't have to go that far. Figure it out. So there's our waterfall. Get around this tree here. See if you can see it. There. Now the bush is in the way. Okay. Well, here you can see snow up on the upper mountain between the saddle there, and we're almost at the waterfall. So here's where we are. And turn around in a bit. Oh good, the stream goes right by. Okay, here's where we are. I don't know if you can see that waterfall. Try to keep the sun out of your eyes. Anyway, so comes down and around and down in here. And on down the valley, and this is the valley. Go down a little bit. So this is our trail out. Okay, you can see way up. Probably can't see too much unless you blow this up on your computer screen. There's a rocky mountain back in the background. So anyway, we move along our trail here. I'm climbing right now. This will be, I believe, just about the peak of it. Yeah, you can see the trail dropping off. How steep it is there. And it drops off fast. So, this is where we're going down this. So, I know the GoPro tends to flatten things, but this is the best I can do with this thing. So, okay, well, we're coming out of the forest now from our waterfall hike. I just thought I'd turn you guys on because never can tell what we see along the way. Could be a bear, could be a deer, and it could be nothing. But let's see. Well, I don't think we're going to catch anything off guard. It's stumbling around. Okay, so we're almost to the parking lot. I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys off and see if there's any reason to turn back on the right. All right, everybody, I wanted to let you, I came back to Joseph to charge up some batteries, so I just want to show you the town, kind of a quick drive through. Sorry, I left here when I started and I realized I didn't have a camera on, so I just pulled over so you guys can see the town. That's downtown. That's about the block into the main part of town. So this was a must-see stop. I just wanted to say the people in this town have been really nice. The gas station guys charged up my batteries for my cameras because they were both dead. I don't know how that happened, but I'm very thankful because I'd have been doing this trip out of town without any cameras. So anyway, we're on our way. We're heading back into Idaho here. We're in Oregon. Joseph is in Oregon. And this is the town. You can see it's a big tourist just wanted you guys to see this lake. This side, this cliff, looks like a dam. This is the moraine. It was pushed there by glaciers 12 to 40,000 years ago. And this is the natural lake that resulted from it. Anyway, as you can see, it's just beautiful. So we're going to head on out. Okay, I wanted you guys to get a good panorama of this area before we leave Joseph, because it's just stunning. So this is back towards town, then across the mountains here. These are the Wallowa, I think is what it is. Shoot, that's terrible. Anyway, the Wallowa, yeah, mountains. So this is what it is. Anyway, we're going to head on out now, and I guess we're going up into that canyon. So. Okay, just a quick stop and look around. Let's get moving. A beautiful place. Where is Highway 82?
Where is Highway 82?
Yeah, I thought this highway came through this way.
Where'd you come from?
From Joseph.
Well, there's a back road that goes around. Is that what you're looking for? The new road that goes around to Richland?
No, I'm trying to find the way to, trying to go to Idaho.
Yes, I'll tell you. Hang on just a second. Let me finish.
All right, leaving Joseph, I managed to get myself turned around. I apparently wasn't paying attention when somebody gave me directions, but it did lead me out to the lake. And this little side trip, which was stunningly beautiful and enjoyable for me. Anyway, so this is the end of this section of the journey. Next section will be we're heading to Baker to see about getting some front fork seals. My seals have gone out, so I've got to replace those. Anyway, from here on, we will talk to you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed the journey. Aloha.